Welcome back to another episode of the Slimming Surgeon podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kandace Kichler. Today, I have my beautiful guest, Cora-Leigh Hutchinson. So, hi, Cora.
Hi, Dr. Kichler.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
So, Cora-Leigh Hutchinson, you may have seen her on Instagram or on the world stage because she is a WBFF pro athlete, children's book author, medical sales professional, and a proud mom. So with a background in pharmaceutical sales and a passion for fitness, she's built a multifaceted career that bridges health, creativity, and empowerment. Cora-Leigh is the author of Circle Time with Dando and Me, and these are heartfelt children's books that are both inspired by her own experience as a mother, but also her time in Africa. So I'm excited to talk about those today, and we'll definitely get into it. But she uses her platform to promote authenticity, resilience, and balance, which we all need. And that happens whether she's on the stage, in the gym, or in the community. So welcome, Cora.
Thank you for that introduction.
You're welcome.
I sound like I do a lot of different things. So yeah, listening to it, I'm like, wow, that's a lot.
I know. I find myself the same. I gave a lecture today to actually a school, and you know, I made one column mom and wife.
Yep.
I made one column cosmetic surgeon, and then one column was like other. Yep. Podcast host, entrepreneur, do it all. Whatever you need me to do, I do it.
It's amazing. It is amazing to not pigeonhole yourself into just one thing and to be able to, you know, show other people and other women that you can be whatever you want to be.
Totally. So I want to get started. Like, we're going to hit all the topics today. Okay. We're going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about your book. We're going to talk about life. But I particularly am interested in your time on the WBFF path. I had friends I dated a bodybuilder at one point who competed. And I also had a friend who competed, and she was a bikini champion. So tell me about that and how it kind of like shaped your identity. When did you get into that?
Oh my gosh. I got into it like, 18. I was 18 years old, I think. When I was in college, I took an elective, which was like weight training.
Yeah.
And I had a boyfriend at the time, and he was also like into the gym. And when I actually saw my body transform from weights, not cardio, and, you know, started to get muscles, and I felt stronger, and my body got tighter, and it inspired me. So I went to my first bodybuilding show, and I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like, anyone can do that.
Totally.
Like, people think it's so hard, and you have to like be naturally, you know, a certain way or a certain fitness level. But no, I saw my friend who looked the same as I did, and then she won medals. You know, it's just the right training, I think. The right training, the right nutrition. Obviously, that's part of the training, but knowing or having a coach guide you, and then maybe learning how to do some of it on your own is just key. But that's like everything in life.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think there's way to do it in a healthy way, not to be too extreme, because it can be unhealthy, as you know, too, and hurt somebody's body. So there is a healthy way to do it, especially for women, because it can really do some damage to our hormones, which we don't need.
No.
We already have enough problems.
Literally.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. So the lecture I gave today, at the end, I let the girls give a talk, and then one was asking about acne, and I'm like, oh, honey, you're just now touching the surface of hormones. Like, imagine.
Right. Touch it. Exactly. It's a lifetime.
Right. But I do want to know, like, how did you, or do you, because you're obviously still very fit and in shape and, you know, doing all the things, how do you balance the demands of training and family life and your job? Because you have a great career as well.
Yeah. Somebody just asked me that the other day. They're like, what time? Like, how do you do it? How do you do all of that? It's time management, and it's also having the drive to want to do it, right? Because, you know, anyone could just say, you know, I want to do this, but then give up because they just don't have the passion and the drive. So I make the time to get up early and have my coffee and go to the gym and then come home and get ready for work. So I have my day mapped out way ahead of time, or my week mapped out.
Yeah.
But it's just finding that balance. And I even did this when I was a single mom. I was still competing and doing all that and taking care of my daughter. But it was time management. I would, bring her to the gym with me, figure out if I could do push-ups at home. So it's just always trying to figure it out. There's always enough time. That's one thing that people always say, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. You do have enough time.
You do.
Yeah.
We just have a lot of distractions.
Right.
If you eliminated your distractions, then there'd be plenty of hours in the day.
Yep.
We spend, if you're not driving right now, open your phone and look at your screen time. That's where your gym time is. Or your meal prep time, or your whatever you're doing. I'm currently tracking my calories. I'm on a macro, plan right now. And that takes time to log what I'm eating, to look at the balance, to make sure the nutrients I'm getting is what I want for the day, and to prepare, because I can't just eat whatever I want, log it all at the end of the day and hope it works out.
Right.
You got to be thoughtful.
Yes.
So every single thing that we do, it has you have to put some input into it to get the output.
Right. Exactly. It's being intentional. And the thing is that we're human. So it's not, every day is not going to be perfect, and we're going to mess up, and maybe we miss, going to the gym, but there's other things we could do. We could, I get home.
Go on a walk.
Go on a walk. I don't feel like it. Get a jump rope out, start jump roping. There's just so many different ways to exercise or do it. It just takes that intention and passion and drive.
Yeah. And it's not always going to be there too.
Right.
I find there are obviously days where I'm super motivated, and then other days where I'm like, that's the last thing I want to do. But if you plan it and put it in your calendar, or schedule it into your mental day, it's kind of hard to not do it.
Right.
Because then for me, I feel bad if I don't do it. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I did your confidence is built by how you show up for yourself.
Such a
it's if I'm not showing up for myself, who's going to show up for me?
Wow. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. I think somebody told me that recently. And
I really like that.
Stuck
that
glue.
I
was like, 100%. Of course, you have to show up for yourself, and you can't expect results. You can't expect, in all areas of life, in the gym, in sales, in, your marriage. If you're not willing to put in the work for yourself, why would anyone else do it for you?
So true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yay.
Love it.
So kind of shifting towards family and your book, because obviously you have a daughter. I have 2 boys. Tell me about the books.
Yes.
This is so cool.
Oh, thank you. How old are your boys?
2 and 6.
So they're little.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to love these.
So how do you do it? Now I'm I want to interview you. How do you do it all?
It's a lot. I don't know. Especially because right now I work 2 or 3 days in Miami. I have an amazing husband. That's number one reason how. But, when I'm home, I'm intentional with them, and I try not to be on my phone. I try to make sure we do stuff together. That doesn't happen every day. Obviously, I'm not perfect by any means, but, my husband and I really try to do stuff together on the weekends. We want to go to church. We want to go to dinner. We want to do stuff as a family. And then everything else just happens like crazy during the week.
That's really awesome. That's very inspiring.
Yeah, and we even take them to the gym with us. I love that, and we've been doing that, ever since we had our first son. On the weekends, we would take him with us, because for me, I didn't grow up in a family that exercised at all. I didn't go to the gym. Obviously I went to PE, but I didn't go to a gym class or actually exercise for fitness until I was in college. And my roommate, who she was on the crew, the row team, was let's go to the gym. And I was like, okay, cool. I can meet guys there. And then all the things happen. But I want to impart on my kids that, fitness and healthy eating and things like that are normal, and you should do that.
Absolutely.
And it's not a burden.
They're watching everything. So they will totally absorb all of that. So that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for
sharing. Let's talk about the books.
Yeah. So I have to. So I wrote this first book, Circle Time with Dando. You
Yeah.
can see it's like a little,
So
just like you
cute.
can tell it's my first book. So my husband and I, when we got married, well, before we got married, we were planning our honeymoon, and I'm like, I really want to do like a volunteer trip to Africa. What do you think about incorporating that into our honeymoon? And
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, let's do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And he was like so on board. And we did that. That's what we did for our honeymoon. And it was amazing. We worked in a school in Dunoon,
Wow.
South Africa. And we were so inspired. I mean, so inspired by just the entire experience and the kids and the teachers and the people that we were around, that as soon as I got back, I'm like, I have to write a book.
Yeah.
I have to. And it wasn't like, it actually was just like, I'm just doing it. You know what I mean? It was like, people are like, oh, I want to write a book. I was like, no, I'm doing it.
Right.
'Cause I had it.
You had a message you wanted to share.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right
Versus I'm trying to make money off of this or whatever it may be.
Right. Had nothing. It just was like, I really, this experience is too good for me to just like let it sit in a memory. I want to put it in a book.
Yeah. That's so great.
Yeah. So that's really what this book was about. One of the boys that was there, they told me he was autistic, and I don't know. I don't know. I can't diagnose. I didn't know if he was or not. He didn't like interact with the other kids, and he didn't talk. He like put his hoodie over his head, and he would like go in the other room and just like play with toys while everybody else was in circle time. And so one of the head volunteers, she was like, I really want you to go work with him, like just you and him one-on-one. And so I spent time with him. And before like a couple days, he started like putting his hoodie down. He started smiling, and he just was so drawn to me. So he'd come in, immediately sit on my lap, and just he would follow me everywhere. I couldn't even go to the bathroom by myself. He was following me. And then he said, Mom. He called me Mom.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaving. Like, I am not staying, I'm leaving.
Right.
And I started to feel, I told her, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I feel very guilty right now because I'm going to be gone in a few days. Yeah. And she's like, don't worry about it. This is normal. Like, that's just a word. He's not calling you Mom. That's just, So I was like, okay, all right. It felt better. So he inspired me just the way he was interacting, and then opened up at the end. So that's kind of how this book was inspired by him, and just that experience of watching a child go from being very close to being very open and happy.
Oh, that's so sweet and powerful. What a great trip.
Yeah, it was.
And a great book. I mean, I haven't read it yet, but
I
will.
And one of the teachers inspired me as well. She was from Denmark, I believe. Her name was Tina. So she's in the book.
Okay.
And she was probably 19 years old. And she just, I couldn't believe it for a 19-year-old to be that mature.
Wow.
And spent like months there away from her family and just working and volunteering at this school, and they all loved her and screamed her name, and she'd go through the town and be like, Tina, Tina, Tina. So it was just there were so many things that were so inspiring about it. Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
So what's Me about?
So Me was inspired by Circle Time with Dando.
Okay.
I got feedback about this book.
Okay.
And it wasn't the best feedback.
Okay.
By somebody that owned a bookstore. And it's interesting when you put yourself out there, which I'm sure you probably are experiencing. Once you put yourself out there, you're going to get great feedback and you're going to get other feedback, right?
Sure.
And some of it's not always
positive.
Or just can kind of like,
Can
oh my gosh.
jar you a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this jarred me to it woke me up to the interpretation that people can have. More surrounding about the color of our skin. And so it inspired me to write Me because I grew up with a mom and a dad of two different races. And so for me, I'd never really, my lens is not looking through that
color.
way. Yeah,
right.
It doesn't see that way. And I realized like people do, you know. It doesn't really, like, to me, it doesn't matter what you look like, your skin, your hair.
Right.
Like, you're beautiful just the way you are and whoever you are. And you should be able to feel like just be authentic. And so that's where me came from, is that that feedback from her made me want to write another book. Oh, yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Where, before I forget, like, where can people buy your books?
So on Amazon.
Okay.
I don't know if they're in Barnes & Noble. I was doing like them on like consignment there. So they may be in some, like in the Boca or Boynton. But other than that, Amazon's probably the best. Yeah.
Well, that's where everybody shops anyways.
Yeah,
I was hoping you'd say Amazon. Okay, good. That's so exciting and such a wonderful, like, I mean, I wouldn't call it like a side hustle, but like such a nice thing to do outside of your everyday, like, routines, job, life, all the things.
All the things.
Yeah.
Well, you know, people are like, I want to write a book. I want to write a children's book. I'm like, so do it.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
No one's
stopping you.
Right. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know? It's not that complicated.
I know. If there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yeah. You just got to start somewhere.
Exactly. So kind of along those lines, like, how do you personally handle, like, adversity? So maybe in athletics, maybe in business, maybe like related to this book, like, how do you look at challenges?
Question.
Or maybe how do you use it for growth? Like, obviously in this situation, you spun it into a positive and made something else to share with the world. But like, what about in business or in, you know, the gym? Like, if you've got a setback or if you've got, you know, in sales, someone telling you no all the time, like, how do you handle it? Because I know it can be very tough.
It can. It definitely can. And challenges are, it's the story of my life. You know, I'm constantly being challenged, but I like it. It drives me to perform. I like a challenge. I love, like, if it's for fitness, you know, I'm going to compete, and I know I'm going to be up against other really, really amazing competitors. So that challenge for me is like, let's say I'm in the gym and it's like, I'm like, okay, 45 minutes of cardio. And it's like, you know, I'm getting to like 40 minutes and I'm like, okay, I'm over it at this point, right? Like, I just want to hop off the machine. But then I kind of tell myself, you know, is that competitor going to hop off? You know, you got to stay on that 5 more minutes, because that could be the difference between you winning and losing. Those types of challenges drive me to be better and do better. Yeah.
I love that. I listened to a speaker, motivational guy, whatever you want to call him, Ed Milet, and he actually gave a little talk about this recently, and it's like, one more. You need to do one more, like 1 more minute, 1 more rep, 1 more phone call, 1 more meeting. Like, that will be the difference between you and someone else, or you and that next promotion, or that next, like, big venture, or that next blessing from God. Like, you just have to keep going and, like, accept challenges as natural bumps in the road that you are going to overcome and face no matter what.
Absolutely. I love that. Just one more.
Yeah. It's so good. He has a whole book called it, but we bought it. I haven't read it. I have too much to do. But that's the basis of it. And I use it because it really is helpful. Like, you know, just like you, I'll be on the treadmill and I'm like, this is horrible. Let me get off now. And then I'm like, no, I should at least get to a mile. And then I'm like, okay, I'm at a mile, but it's like, you know, so many minutes and it's an odd number. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to get to this many minutes. So I kind of push myself in those ways too.
Yeah, it's positive.
Even though I'm not competing. Okay. Do you have a show planned?
I do. It's August 9th.
Oh my gosh.
So
is it local?
It's in Miami.
Okay.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah, so it's going to be great.
That is so fun. Okay. So, how do you maintain authenticity? Like, for me, it's really hard. I mean, I think I am pretty good about staying true to myself, and just, especially with this podcast, because I just say whatever comes out of my mouth. But on social media, you know, like, we want to present a certain perfect package to the world. But at the same time, people really relate to the real stuff. So you want to be real. Like, what's your balance with that? What is your thought about, you know, putting yourself out there?
Yeah, I mean, social media, it depends on what the platform is that you want to create, you know. So for me, I want to create a positive, inspiring, strong, confident platform. For not only for myself, but for women, because I'm going to be 50, you know, and
Does not look it.
thank you. And I want, you know, that's more like the platform I want for myself and staying true to that. Like you know, when I was in my, well, I'm almost 50, like when I turned 40, I was like, oh my God, I don't want anyone to know I'm 40 or 41 or 42. I want everyone to still think I'm like, you know, younger.
Yeah.
And I wasn't embracing that part of myself until now I realize, like, this is the inspiring part. Like, for me, I want women to see that I am this age and I can still do all of these things and balance a career and, you know, go to the gym and be fit, because that is the number one thing. It's like, I'm too old, or, you know, all the excuses, right, start coming. And then it's like, no, you know, so that's where my social media platform, I want to stay in that lane. And I do appreciate people that have that authenticity to maybe say some things that may be like, you know, wow. But that's just not me.
Yeah.
I see it when I see it myself. I kind of just, you know, I scroll past it. I do love the sunshine and rainbows and, you know, the positive stuff. Yeah.
I do too. Yeah. I totally admit, like, I feel like when people get on tangents, you know, about like current events or politics and things, and I'm like, it just seems like an energy sucker for me.
Totally.
And I don't want to put energy into that. Like, I don't want to feed that. Yeah, we get enough that we don't even want to ingest, and why make it worse?
Exactly. The news and all that.
Yeah.
We've got it, you know.
Yeah, right.
Social media for me is like my fun time.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. You know what I love to do? This is like a pro tip for my listeners. If I feel burnt out on social media, but then I still feel like, which this is bad, but I still feel like I just need to like look at something, almost like to meditate or something, I'll look at Pinterest. Yeah. Pinterest is chill. Pinterest. There's no comments on Pinterest. There's no haters. There's no likes or dislikes. It's just pretty stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know, if I get like a little stressed or something and I just want to think about my future or, you know, the positive stuff that's going to be happening, I'll go to my Pinterest and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's where we're headed. That's what's happening. Like, none of the negativity. And that's my safe space, because it can be wild out there. Are you on TikTok?
I am not.
Okay, bless you, because that's smart. They are like savages on TikTok. Wow. I don't get too much because I don't post enough, but I see comments, and like the few times I've posted like really more personal stuff, like about my surgery or something like that, I will have people like literally like Grandma of Walmart is screen names, like writing really nasty stuff.
So cool.
And I think it's horrible because that platform specifically has so many young users.
Yeah.
And that's just so bad for your mental health. Like, it's wild. Proceed with caution. Pinterest over cruel. TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to look at dresses. I love dresses. So I'll just like,
oh my God.
Look, I love wedding dresses too.
Oh my gosh.
Look at wedding dresses.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So when you have a woman, like, because your platform probably has tons of female followers like mine, like, and you have someone who's maybe looking to reinvent themselves either physically or professionally, like, what advice would you give them?
It's just start somewhere. Whatever it is that you want to do with your life, just start, you know, take one step at a time and don't compare. Like, get off social media. Yeah. Because that's, you know, if you're on social media, people are looking, oh, I want to look like that. And I do it myself. I'm like, oh my God, look at her. She's like this and that. And so if you really want to do that, just do it for yourself. You know, write down the things that you want for yourself. Do a vision board, whatever it is that you want for you, and don't let anybody tell you any different, because there are going to be so many naysayers. They're going to shoot you down, you know. So just find those positive people that are going to lift you up and support you, because you always want to have a support system. Yeah. So, yeah.
I agree. You know, I've done a lot of different things, and like I feel like every 6 months I'm doing something new lately.
Yeah.
That's not the long-term plan, people, but any move I've made, I've had people doubt or question, and I'm a confident person, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't really care what you think.
Right.
Like, if I feel like this is the right move or the right direction to take,
Yep.
I'm going to do it.
Yep.
But not everyone's like that. So I can understand, how reinventing yourself or like setting big goals can be very intimidating. But like you said, for me, one of the things that helps me is to kind of make a list,
Yeah.
like literally map it out. Okay, if I want to go to, let's say it's a weight loss thing, or, and you're like, okay, I'm 180, I want to get to 150. Okay,
Yep.
5 pounds at a time, 2 pounds at a time, whatever it is, map it out and just like stay true to your plan.
Yep.
And you'll eventually get there. Even if you have a setback,
Absolutely.
you'll still get there.
Yep.
And you're still moving in a positive direction versus doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
So,
right. It's
yeah.
one thing to want it and then to put it down on paper, create the plan, and then to take action. Like those are all the things that are going to get anybody to wherever it is they want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel also, I think it's important to talk about how people who are really comfortable with you can get a little upset when you do things like this. Like when you want to make a big positive change or a big move or, switch careers or whatever it may be. The people who know you as the one identity get a little,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it bothers them. And I think you just have to, like you said, surround yourself with positive people who want you to move forward.
Well, I think a lot of people live in comfort.
Yeah.
We're comfortable with who our friends are, and it's just a comfort space. And growth is uncomfortable.
Yes.
And it's not only uncomfortable for whoever's growing, but it's uncomfortable for the people around them too.
Yeah.
So unless they're growing with you,
Right.
it can be a tough situation.
I know, I hear it like almost every day. Because I work in Miami, and people are like, you work in Miami? Why? It's so far. Like, I love working in Miami. What does it bother you? You're not the one commuting. Bye.
It's not your life.
I know. It's so silly. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm sorry. Are you paying my gas bills? No. Okay. So I want to know, like what's next for you? Like, do you have any upcoming projects? I know you got your show. Any direction that you're moving in? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. I mean, for now, I've got a show. So whenever I have a show, it's like that's my other focus besides, family and work and all that type of thing. I am dying to go back on another, trip to Africa at some point. That was pre-COVID that we did that. And I don't even know if the organization is still around. So that will be, and I just put it out there. So I'm so glad I just said that.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's out there. It's happening.
I'll make it happen. Yeah. But something to inspire me and to just be in that, in a different space. Because when I was in Africa and, we were experiencing all that, I realized like how great my life is.
Yes.
And how blessed I am. And just the little things, that I take for granted. And just sometimes going back to just realizing like, this isn't, what we have here is a blessing in so many ways. So I want to get back into that. I love giving back. I love community service. I would like to get back into, another trip soon.
Okay. You're going to join my committee too.
Absolutely.
For the school that I lectured at today, there's going to be, like an event, a fundraiser event. We're a committee and we're going to be raising money and getting women together for a school that's for girls who maybe have troubled homes, they've, been in trouble, and they go to a school where there are counselors that can help them get through their classes, give them mental resources, all the things. So you can help me with that. I feel like you would love it.
Are you serious? Yes, please.
Yeah,
I
it'd
would
be so fun.
love that. Absolutely. Yes, that's right up my alley.
Yay.
I'd love to work with you. Thank you.
Well, it's on the internet now too.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, and I think, this has been a really wonderful episode because we've talked about gratitude. We've talked about intention. We've talked about focus. And that's really what's on my plate right now.
Love it.
We have to do it. We have to move forward. We have to be positive, and we have to inspire others. So
absolutely. That's inspiration. You know, you just never know that one person that's listening that's going to be inspired.
Totally. Well, thank you so much, Cora, for coming on today. I appreciate it. What's your Instagram handle so that people can follow you?
Cora-Leigh G.
Okay. And her books, so Circle Time with Dando and Me, are found on Amazon.com. So check the show notes because I'll put links for the product or for the books, not the products. And I'll try to put your Instagram handle too. Sometimes it's glitchy, but I really appreciate the conversation. I feel like this was super uplifting for me. So hopefully our listeners will resonate too. And we're going to have a fun time volunteering at the PACE School.
I can't wait. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. This was very uplifting for me as well.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in again.
Thank you.
And leave me a 5-star review if you haven't already. And make sure also that you subscribed. Thank you. Bye, everybody.